access new music from around the world. This is a state of trance.
Serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Wasted time, wasted yours, and I wasted mine. Wanna feel again. Unsaid words, unlived nights, unfelt feelings, and uncrossed lines. Wanna feel again.
Welcome, dear friends, to a new episode of A State of Trance. This week sees the release of my new album, Feel Again. We finally complete the trilogy. The title track from my new album that's being released tomorrow, or at least part 3, and that completes the trilogy of my new album Feel Again, a project I started more than a year ago with all the music I created during the lockdown and after that. Welcome to a new episode of A State of Trance, episode 1114. I'm Armin van Buuren, coming to you from the studio in Amsterdam, and a big shout out to everybody chatting on my Discord. And I'm still bouncing around because I had an insane weekend. I don't know if you watch my socials, but I not only played 2 sets at Ultra Music Festival, also played in Colombia, Paraguay and Brazil for Lollapalooza. A big shout out to everybody that came to all my shows. And I've been asking you questions about this for the last few days. The answer is yes. Both of my Miami sets of the main stage and the State of Trance stage are online now on my YouTube page. Make sure to check it out if you want to hear all the brand new music. Another big thing happened in Miami because you guys out there voted this radio show once again as the #1 radio show in the world.
Yes. Woo-hoo.
Woohoo! So this is also for you, Ruben. Big shout out to everybody. The EDMA Awards 2023 and the State of Trance came out on top. I'm so happy and so honored. Thank you so much for all the love. Now, like I said in the beginning, this week I'm releasing my brand new album Feel Again, part 3, completing the trilogy of series. Everything started a year and a half ago with the release of No Fun, and everything has been released since. Plus 5 brand new tracks will make the full album Feel Again, which is also available on 2 CD, or 3 CD actually, and a vinyl. And I can't believe I managed to create 34 tracks. Tracks like Come Around Again, One More Time, Superman, Roll the Dice, Clap, Computers Take Over the World. And it really feels like a milestone in my career.
Congratulations, man.
So this episode is completely about Feel Again. All the brand new music and lots of surprises. Kicking off with the tune of the week, a track I played on my main stage set at Ultra. With my good friend Max Madlock. This is Letting Go.
Now we're letting go. Whoa. Tonight we're letting go. Tonight we're letting go.
Armin van Buuren's favorite track. This is the tune of the week.
Down the boulevard, lit my world on fire from the very start. In my heart, it couldn't let you go. I watched the sparks go out when we said goodbye, but seeing you right now is turning back the time. And I wanna let you know, I wanna let you know that baby tonight go. I know that you've been hurting. I know I did you wrong, and I've been drowning in the whiskey every night since you've been gone. And I know that I've been trouble, but you've been on my mind, and I'm just picking up the pieces, trying to walk on that straight line. I'd walk 1,000 miles out through the wild to get back inside your heart, just trying to light your fire at any cost. And darling, I'll be standing by you when the sky gets dark. Oh, I will find all that love we lost. Oh, I know that you've been lonely. Yeah, I've been lonely too. Oh, I've been dancing with the devil, got blisters in my shoes, but still I'd walk 1,000 miles out through the wild to get back inside your heart, just trying to light your fire at any cost. And darling, I'll be standing by you when the sky gets dark. Oh, I will find all that love we lost. 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 All that love we lost.
echo. It keeps me up at night when I'm alone. Thought I had it under control, I just need to know. My head's underwater, lost out in the blue. Every road I take, it always leads me back to you. Hiding in the corner, don't know what to do. Scared that if I make a move, I might be falling through. How'd you get me into the state of mind? I need you here tonight, I need you here tonight. Now you got me caught in your headlights. Keep thinking day and night, I need you here tonight. There ain't nobody else, only you. Nobody else gets me like you do. Nobody else, only you. So I need you here tonight.
Live and direct from Amsterdam. Your weekly update on the latest in trance and progressive. This is a state of trance.
Lay me down, I'm broken. How did I ever get here? Can't even feel that I'm alive. I'm shattered in pieces. Maybe nothing's forever. I can't breathe without your love. Took the wrong direction on a one-way street, and I can't turn back. No, I can't turn back. Should I realize you were there in front of me? It was my mistake, so hear me out. I'm sorry, forgive me. I know this isn't easy. Don't let me go, don't let me go. I'm see it clearly. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Now I feel I'm coming round, I feel it coming round again. And all I see is you when I close my eyes, it's you living inside my head. 'Cause now I feel it coming round, I feel it coming round again. And all I see is you when I close my eyes, it's you living inside my head.
If you've just joined us, a warm welcome. You're listening to a new episode of A State of Trance. I'm Armin van Buuren in the studio with Ruben Durant. You're listening to an album special of Feel Again. Tomorrow I'm dropping part 3 and that completes the trilogy of this album. So this first hour I'm just dropping you brand new tracks. The journey started a year and a half ago with part 1 and this week the trilogy is finally complete. It feels like it's been one of the most inspiring parts of my career. I hope you enjoyed being part of it. Check the full album. It's out right after this episode on your favorite streaming portal and on 3 CD. 3 CD even, yeah. 3 CD.
So piece of art again.
Should we give away a couple of copies?
I think we should do that. Easy question. Which are your favorite tracks from each part of Feel Again so far? So the favorite one of part 1, part 2 and part 3.
Ah, that's a good one. So email us with your favorite track of part 1, part 2 and part 3 of Feel Again, my new album. Why. I'm really curious to see actually, what is your favorite tracks from these 3 parts bundled into one? And send your answer to Armin at astateoftrance.com. Don't forget to include your address details. And don't worry, we won't use your email address. We won't spam you. And we won't send your address to anyone else unless you won something. Let's dive into the email box this week. Thank you for all the love I got for my Miami sets. We enjoyed it so much being there. And we got a lot of love from that. And also some really cool emails, right, Ruben?
Mike from New Jersey wishes his son Colin a happy 2nd birthday.
And Gary from Philadelphia wants to send his wife Johan a shout out. One of the things that drew them together was their love for trance.
That's amazing. Hugo Johansson wishes his biggest trance fan and best dad Stig a happy 50th birthday.
And Kari Olilia from Helsinki, Finland sends a shout out. He loves the show and listens every week while he's in the sauna.
That's such a Finnish thing. Patrick from Frederick, Maryland wishes his daughter Charlotte a happy birthday. She turned 7 this week.
And Josiah from Phoenix, Arizona wishes his brother Joel happy birthday.
The last one, happy birthday to David Simon Broughton from Toronto, Canada.
Still coming up in hour number 2, special guest Code Blue, but we continue with the Feel Again album special, my team up with Maya Wright. This is One More Time.
Heartbeat pound like a drum, go boom, boom, pow, feel the rhythm inside, inside. streets in your mind lead you somewhere far from home. I'll be here by your side, you don't have to walk alone. I won't let you down, I won't let you down. We're the two of us till the day comes round. I won't let you down.
Hey guys, this is Nifra and you're listening to my new remix on A State of Trance.
Wonderful life, beautiful people walking by the window. You came along, shining like an angel, standing in the day glow. Lead me out of the dark room into the blue sky. Take me down a new road. I see 1,000 tomorrows, two hearts together, shining in the day glow. In the day glow. In the day glow. Shining in the day glow. In the day glow. In the day glow. Shining in the day glow.
Electronic dance music processor. Computers take over the world. Let me prove we can create music by ourselves now. You need some breaks. Bass. So I can do this all night long. Computers take over the world.
Since I found you, oh, I keep replaying this in my head. Think I'm almost done healing. Every time we breathe, things the lost, but I can feel a spark again. I got so used to being silent. Pour me a drink so I can tell you all my feelings. And for the first time I'm not hiding, 'cause with you standing on the edge, I'm falling for you. They always say it's impossible for two broken hearts.
One of my personal favorite tracks from Feel Again, my team up with Vanessa Campagna, Vulnerable. And before that, a very special version of Computers Take Over the World. A big shout out to my friend from Canada, Avira. He finished the remix a few hours before my main stage set at Ultra Music Festival in Miami, and it rocked the world. If you want to see any of my sets, including my back-to-back with Ferry, they're on my YouTube channel. You're listening to a Feel Again special on A State of Trance, my brand new album. It's out this week. I can't wait to hear what you think of it. Drop me an email with your favorite tracks of part 1, part 2 and part 3, and you might win a copy of this one. An old school CD. Who still has a CD player? Well, maybe it just looks good in your...
It's a piece of art, to be honest.
Exactly. Stay tuned. In hour number 2, our special guest this week, Cold Blue. But first...
Your most meaningful track. Your special story. This is the Service for Dreamers.
Every week we are joined by one of the listeners of A State of Trance for a segment called Service for Dreamers. It means you can come to the studio to request your most meaningful trance track. And we're curious about your story. Why does this track mean so much to you? Today we are joined by two friends from Belgium, Roel and Jessie de Bond from Belgium. First of all, please show us your sweater you're wearing. Amazing. What is that? A state of trance, a state of love.
Yeah, and it's also a State of Trance logo. It's shaped in a heart.
It's shaped in a heart.
Oh, it's beautiful. If you're watching the video stream right now, you can see our two guests. Welcome.
Thank you.
Please share your story. Why do I have to play this track for you?
It's our opening song from our wedding last year.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
So we got married on the 16th of April last year at our 20th anniversary. So we were together for 20 years.
Wow.
And our theme from our wedding was A State of Love. And this was our opening song.
Amazing. And are you sure you want me to play the uplifting version or the romantic version?
No, the uplifting version for now is good.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Roel and Jessie de Bond from Belgium. This is especially for you, my track with Susanna, Home With You, the Rising Star mix.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So here we are. Look how far we've come since that first day. Standing in harmony, all unified. We're one for tonight, bathing in endless glow. Your colors and mine, remembering when, how it all began. Nothing to lose, a whole new world to find. Felt so alive. I am home with you. I am home with you. There's music in my heart. We're surrounded by the stars. I am home with you. I am home with you. No matter where we are, I know you're never far. I am home with you. I am home with you forever. music in my heart. We're surrounded by the stars. I am home with you. I am home with you. No matter where we are, I know you're never far. I am home with you. I am home with you forever.
What a beautiful story. Thank you so much. And look, I even got the wedding invitation. How cute is this? They had a whole State of Trance, State of Love themed party. Thank you so much for being here in the studio requesting this from Belgium. Roel de Bond and Jesse. And I wish you many happy years. And I hope to see you again. So I even got Belgian chocolates, which is what we love. That's it, the Feel Again special. Big love and shout out to everybody for the album. I'm so happy that it's finally out tomorrow. And again, if you want to win a copy of the CD, just tell us your favorite track from each part and send an email to armin@astateoftrance.com. And don't forget to include your address details. You might be the lucky one that we send a copy to. Stay tuned for hour number 2, Cold Blue.
Stay tuned for more A State of Trance with Ruben Durant.
Coming up, Factor B, mine, Ronski Speed and Davey Asprey in the studio today. Finally, after 4 years, back in the studio, Cold Blue.
Hello, good to be here.
How are you doing, man?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm good. What are you going to play for us today?
A lot of music from a new record label called Blue Records. Actually, 5 tracks. And yeah, you will hear it.
Lots of nice ID coming in, I guess.
Probably.
First of all, a man that's coming with a brand new album real soon, Dutch Estiva. This is a new single, Via Infinita.
What's up? This is Estiva and this is my new track on A State of Trance.
This is Daniel Candy, and you're listening to my new track on A State of Trance.
Normally known for his uplifting sounds, but for this track on Blue Soul, he appealed to his progressive sides of things. You just heard Daniel Candy with Balance. Before that, last week's guest on the show, Buuren with That Girl, Fall or Fly. You're tuned to episode 1114 of A State of Trance. My name is Ruben Ronde. Let us know what you think of the tunes today. The hashtag is ASOT1114. Or join the chats on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook and discord.gg/Armin van Buuren. I have the pleasure to welcome this week's guest mixer to the show, Mr. Tobias Schuh from Germany. A man that has been making music for a very, very long time, but only recently started his very own record label. He's here in the studio to celebrate that. This is Cold Blue.
A State of Trance.
Just stay close to me. Just stay close to me. I will keep you safe from harm. I will keep you safe from harm.
biggest artists, the hottest talents. You are listening to a guest mix on A State of Trance.
He just launched his very own record label, listening to a guest mix of Cold Blue.
This is a state of trance.
If you're a fan of the Thrill Seekers, you might know this one already. Standing on the Edge of Space, the Cold Blue remix. Thank you so much, Tobias, for your guest mix.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What did you play for us?
I played, started IDID, second one IDID. The third one is my new release that's coming out tomorrow, the morning after it's called. Then we have Find a Place, that's my recent release. And last one, The Thrill Seekers presents Hydra.
Awesome. Congratulations, of course, on the launch of Cold Blue Records.
Thank you very much.
Your very own record label.
Yeah.
Tell us about why did you want to start your own label?
Basically, there was so much music piled up on my hard disk that I didn't know what to do with it. And it felt like I felt I lost the purpose a little bit, or I didn't feel the purpose anymore to release on several labels and ask them for the release date. And somehow this was the biggest motivation for me to keep everything under one roof, have creative responsibility also for the cover artwork, and it just feels free now. I can do whatever I want, and it makes more sense.
Yeah, off air you were telling me you have enough releases to do another 3 years basically of releases.
If I really want to push it, yeah, maybe.
So it was a certain freedom that you were looking for, basically.
Yes.
So far you released Redemption, Find a Place, and then this week The Morning After is coming out.
Exactly, yeah.
So far 3 releases, a perfect score on the radio show. We have played every single one of them.
Thank you so much for that.
So I think you're the only record label in the world that has the perfect score so far.
Oh, wow.
Does it mean you'll release new singles every 4 weeks or every month?
Roundabout, yeah. That's the plan for now. But we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, and in the meantime, do you also sign records from other artists as well?
Maybe,
or is it just...
maybe for the mid-future. For now, I just start with my own music, but maybe in 1 year or so I open up and see what guys fit onto the label.
Awesome. Well, I have a lot of more questions for you. I'll save those for the podcast. So if you want to hear more about Cold Blue and his brand new record label, you need to check out the State of Trance podcast on your favorite streaming portal. We roll on with new music, with the beautiful Factor B and Ariel Marin, Connected. That it was part, of course, of Brandon's Theater of the Mind album. And do you believe this is the first record ever remixed for Factor B? You can hear it right now on the State of Trance. The Losley remix so far, Connected.
Hey, this is Factor B, and you're tuned into A State of Trance.
Davey Asprey, and you're tuned into a State of Trance.
Trance with Buuren.
Remind me not to play poker against John SQ because I feel always has Aces High. You just heard his new track on our minds, Aces High. Before that, Davey Asprey and Anything For You. We started off this little block with the Lost Lease Chains of Season remix of Factor B and Ariel Marin, Connected. Thank you once again, Tobias. Cold Blue here in the studio for the launch of your record label. Congratulations once again.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
What is coming up in the next few weeks releases-wise?
Yeah, like you said, roughly one per month. All music, ID to be revealed, one after another. Yeah, next one is the Hydra remix, and after that I have to decide yet which one is the next one.
Awesome. And you also played some very nice shows in Asia, including the Subculture one, of course, in Bangkok, the massive show.
Yeah.
What else is coming up on the horizon?
Yeah, like many people already have noticed probably, I reduced touring a lot in the last years, and I will keep going low with that.
So you're cherry picking the shows that you really want to do. Yeah,
we can talk about it in the podcast as well.
That's a good idea.
And I will focus on music production very much. And
that's where your heart is.
Yeah. Okay. And the next one will be Luminosity at the Beach.
Okay, that's something to look for. This in June. Yeah. I'm pretty sure a lot of people already have that already in their schedule.
I hope so.
Luminosity coming up in June.
Yeah.
Thank you once again. Next week we're going to be back with a new episode of A State of Trance. It's going to be the first show of the month. That means that Ferry Course is going to take over our number 2. See you then. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in. For more info and tunes, check astateoftrance.com or join discord.gg/Armin van Buuren.